Hey guys, so today I thought I'd show you all of my Game of Thrones autographs that I currently have. Some of these you may have seen before because obviously there were lots of Harry Potter actors that were in Game of Thrones, vice versa. So you will have seen them in my Harry Potter autographs collection. Some of them you might not have seen before, so I'm not sure. So this video will be a little bit jumpy, a little bit stoppy-starty because I'm trying to look through all of the folders because I don't have a Game of Thrones autograph collection folder. So I'm trying to look through all of the folders to find them all for you. So yeah, let's just get started. This is my complete Game of Thrones autograph collection so far. So the first Game of Thrones autograph I have is Christian Nairn. Sorry, I really struggle with his name. Who plays Hodor. The next one is Joseph Alton, who played Pip. Then we have Mackenzie Crook, who played Orell in Game of Thrones. We have my two Natalie Dormers, one of her as Cressida in the Hunger Games, which as you can see is broken a little bit, rips, which I'm really upset about. And we have one of her as Marjorie Tyrell, and they're both dedicated. I love Natalie Dormer, and Marjorie Tyrell is my favourite Game of Thrones character, so I'm really, really happy to have these. Next up we have Mark Addy, who played Robert Baratheon, and it says to Emma, ours is the Fury, Mark Addy. And as you know, if you've watched my previous videos, he's the quickest success I've ever had at 3 days. The next Game of Thrones autograph is Harry Lloyd. I think this is a photo of him in Robin Hood. You saw this in my last autograph update, I believe, and he played Viserys Targaryen. And then we have a very small Hannah Murray, who plays Gilly. Next up, we have Finn Jones, who plays Loras Tyrell. I cannot wait to see Loras Tyrell in the new season. Obviously, House Tyrell is my house. And then we have a dual-signed autograph, which is signed by Roy Dotrice and Julian Glover. Julian Glover played Grand Maester Pycelle, and Roy Dotrice played... I think he was, yeah, I can't remember his name, but the pyromancer who gave Tyrion the fire in season 2, is it? Battle of the Blackwater? I think it's season 2. I'm really sorry, I can't remember his name, the character's name. But fun fact, Roy Dotrice was supposed to play Grand Maester Pycelle, but he got ill. So they gave the role to Julian Glover, and then Roy Dotrice came back and played somebody else. I think his name's something like Halcyon, or something like that. And then next up we have this one, and I can't believe I've done it again. I can't remember his name. It is in my book, but again I forgot to look at my book. But there's a note at the back and here. And he is the voice of Cotter in the Game of Thrones Telltale game series. The next two are from Martha McIntosh, who voiced Mira Forrester in the Game of Thrones Telltale series. If you haven't played these games, I highly recommend them because I think they're amazing. But yeah. Next up, we have Freddie Stromar. This is a photo of him as Cormac McLaggen in Harry Potter. He hasn't been in Game of Thrones yet, but he is going to be playing Sam Tarly's brother. His name's Dickon Tarly. And of course, next up we have David Bradley. This is a photo of him as Argus Filch in Harry Potter, but as you know, he played Walder Frey in Game of Thrones. Next up we have Michelle Fairley, who played Hermione's mother in Harry Potter, and this is of course a photo of her as Catelyn Stark in Game of Thrones. Then we have some more Julian Glover autographs, one there and one there. Obviously he voiced Aragog, but as I said before, he is Grand Maester Pycelle. We then have Spencer Wilding, who is in my Harry Potter folder because he did the werewolf creature effects and other things. But obviously this is a photo of him as a White Walker, and he signed it White Walker 2. So that's Spencer Wilding. Then we have my favourite, Natalia Tina. I bet you're all bored of hearing that now. Who of course played Nymphadora Tonks in Harry Potter, but she also played Osha in Game of Thrones. I have this one, and her signed CD. And just to show you, even though you saw this in my previous video, there's the signature on the CD. The next one we have is Ian White, who I made this picture for him when I met him, who played Olympe Maxime full body shots and stunt work in Harry Potter, but he was also in Game of Thrones. I have 3 pictures signed by him now, and you've seen these in previous videos. In the last video I said this giant was 1-1, but it actually isn't, and I think it was Penpalver that pointed that out to me, so thank you very much. It's because I was watching a documentary on Ian White doing all the stuff he does in Game of Thrones, but he's played many characters, including 1-1, but this isn't a picture of 1-1. He's played the Mountain, Gregor Clegane, and he's done a lot of stunt work with the Giants and the White Walkers, etc, etc. So that's Ian White. I also have this preprint of Natalia Tina. Bought in mistake, I thought it was a signed Top Trumps card and it isn't. That's a preprint. Obviously Osha again. And I believe that's it for Game of Thrones. So thank you ever so much for watching. A new video will be up very soon. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.